There we go. So welcome, welcome, welcome to the Healing Circle. Yay, I love Monday nights when there is a healing circle. I love Monday nights in general because if it's not a healing circle, then it means it's Noah. And if you have not participated in Noah, oh my gosh, it's just so awesome. So welcome, welcome, welcome to everyone. It is great to see you here. Hey, Melissa. We are talking about day 16 in A World Made New. And the beauty of all of it is that you do not have to have read the book in order to participate ever. It is not a requirement because we actually talk about the concepts in the book, and it's not like, fiction book where when we are talking about it, you're like, wait, I'm lost. Who are the characters? We are the characters. So it is totally fabulous. I love that. So let me go ahead and cast a circle of light, specifying that only Source, Creator, God, and my healing team and the support teams as needed be present for tonight's healing circle, where we are going to be talking about the concept of you are the fountain. And the piece where it's like, it's time for you to know who you are. It's time for me to know who I am. And we'll be talking about awkward growth spurts, and we're going to be talking about love and lots of downloads of love tonight, and really being in community and enjoying the healings, the opportunities to take it all up in frequency. So may it be with a blessing, blessing, blessing of Source that we continue to know that love is the only truth, that we are the fountains of love. We are the ones out there spreading the love and the joy, the union. We are those. And that community is really an amazing thing. With that, we say amen and aho. And I'll ask you, how are you doing? Jill, it's great to see you. How are you doing? How awesome is it that this is not a weekend with a moon? Yes, 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 it's really nice. And I love, love, love that somewhere in this day 16, they talk about, this concept of, they don't talk about power days, but what they talk about is that there isn't just one set time that we are going up in frequency. Like, I don't know, I guess there's a bit of that idea of the rapture. Like, there is a day when the bell is going to ring, and then everybody is going to go up in frequency at the exact same time, and it's going to be done. And the truth of the matter is that we do have these consistent days of power and lots of transformation happening. And so it's not just one day, it is ongoing. And there's actually a very specific reason for that, although they don't talk about it in the book here. But, that is because we have to keep attuning our bodies, our minds, our souls to the higher frequencies. When you're used to being in a lot of muck and mud, and you get yanked out of that and washed up and, perfumed and all of that, there's a little bit of this like, hey, what the heck is going on? So it is an attunement. We're constantly being tuned up in frequency, and so it can't be all at once. So deep breath for all of us. And if you want to put it in the chat, what's going on with you, how things are going, I'm certainly happy to help you with whatever is showing up for you. A lot of you text me and ask for assistance, and I am on that as well. So, day 16, as I said, it doesn't matter whether you have actually read day 16 or not, but they talk about from the very beginning, it's time to know who you are. It is time to allow God to be God in all of its forms. And when I read that at some point, I was like, the ants, the elephants, and the screws. And I was like, that's a really weird combination. Ants and elephants. Okay, so, the little tiny things and the really big things. What are the screws? And the screws are the reminder for us that everything is of God. So I actually have my cat's toy over here. It's beat up, it's seen better days. This is of God. And it's a plastic handle. It's of God because all of the materials that were used to make this came from the planet, came from somewhere. Even the ones that we manufactured came from somewhere. So everything is of God. It does not matter what we're talking about. Everything is of God. And of course, probably the ones we struggle with the most are the ones that the people that we don't like, or the bugs and the animals that we're afraid of, whatever those are. And so we want to just keep reminding ourselves that we are all of God, and maybe chat for just a second about what is your idea of God? What does God look like to you? We have different ideas, right? There's no one answer. No one's got the perfect answer that I know of. It's just what works for you. What is your idea of God? Is God a man who sits on a throne up in heaven and sort of pointing at people? I know I had that idea at one point in time. I had another idea at another point in time that God didn't have time for me. It didn't matter what God looked like, whether God was male or God was female or had a beard or, whatever. God just didn't have time for me. So that was another idea that I had of God. There was a time when I believed, God and Jesus were just one and inseparable, and they I don't know, somewhere in my head maybe there was just one being there. And that was an idea I had when I converted to Judaism after I had my daughter. I converted and I was bombarded with all different kinds of ideas about what God looked like again. And there, to me, no one right answer. So whatever your idea of God is, we're going to give everybody a healing for where that idea is limited in some way. Because God is beyond our concept, beyond anything that most of us can imagine. And so we want to just keep giving ourselves healings where there's some sort of limiting factor in what God looks like. And we have gifts of coherence. Yay for all that. Gifts of coherence for those places where we kind of struggle with what God looks like and allowing God to be God, whatever that means. So coherence is that frequency, rose pink quartz. It's in the rose pink quartz spectrum, which is the love spectrum. So you can take a look at whatever your gift looks like. Annalie, I still see the man in the sky directing it all. It's hard to conceive that God is a frequency or an energy. And the truth of the matter really is that God is even more than that, right? Like it beyond anything that we can put a name to it. So even saying God is a frequency or God is an energy is still actually limiting what God is, because we keep wanting to put a name to it to explain it in some way. And I think it was in the last section, they were talking about it's just something we do, right? If you have a fruit that you have never had before, you don't know what the name of it is, and you're trying to describe it, you're going to describe it in words that you're going to relate it to something else that you know. So it kind of has the texture of a peach, but it sort of tastes more like a tomato. You know, we do things like that. So it's perfect. And who doesn't want more gifts? So for me, I'm kind of like whatever it takes. I'm happy to have more gifts. So for me, my gift of coherence is a dodecahedron, and I'm putting it in my third eye. That is my second round of gifts, because when I was doing this work yesterday, day before yesterday, I was like, a gift. We have endless gifts. If you want to gather two, you can do that. And a reminder that all you need to do is ask, where's my gift going? And if you get that it's going in your left eye or your third toe on your right foot, it is perfect. Like there is no right answer about where your gift is going. It's wherever you get the information that it's going. And I love that part. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So while we're doing that, I'm going to ask you if you have any ideas about being forsaken. Where you have any ideas about being forsaken. One of the things I loved about this day, page 202. God, I love this. I got a lot of energy today. God, go figure. Okay, page 202. If you have a book. If you don't worry. We would like to continue. Now, the idea of who you are or what you think you are has been addressed at length. We would like to address what you are not. You are not alone. You are not confused. You are not abandoned. You are one with God, even on your darkest day. Your preclusion of that experience is what is being addressed by us in stages so you may reunite with your maker. Dun, 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 dun. Now, we don't use that term lightly. Maker is a wonderful word for source. You may have made the eggs and served them on a plate, but you did not make the egg or the chicken. The chicken itself is God, another expression of it, and you partake in all expressions while denying its source. Your realization of who and what you are, and can only be in truth, your choice to align and agree has been essential to this process. When one changes, one goes through change, aligns in change, and claims the outcome that is the result of the change. When one denies the change or seeks to refute it, she may have a different experience. But finally, we suggest the changes will occur with or without your agreement. And you gotta love Paul, man, because Paul comes along and says, well, what does that mean? And what they're basically telling us is that Everything is lifting, everything is going up in frequency. You are not being left behind, you are not abandoned, you are not confused. There's none of those issues actually going on. It's just some ideas we have, right? Because we have had all these past experiences that were like, this is how it always is. I'm the one that always gets left behind. I'm the one that God doesn't love because I did X, Y, or Z. But here's the part I particularly love. If you decide the divine cannot be in the pain you are experiencing, you have put the pain outside of God. If you decide that the fear that you're experiencing can't be of God, you have put that fear outside of God. And the minute we do that, we are separating ourselves from God. And it's like, oh, let's not do that. If the pain is part of your experience and henceforth in agreement to a higher tone, your experience of the pain may be altered. Your experience of God, inclusive of the pain, may release the need for the pain itself. Anybody have any pain issues, any anger issues, any unworthiness issues, any fear issues in the last 24 hours? You can just raise your hand. If you don't know where it is, it's okay. I see a whole bunch of energetic hands going up. Absolutely, right? Absolutely. We have, yeah, I see the hands going up. We have had issues with that. And every time we experience a pain and we go into fear, we're like, oh my God, what is this? This is crazy. This shouldn't be the case. This shouldn't be. Instead of being like, oh, wait, I'm just going to love myself through this experience. I'm going to love myself through the pain. I'm going to love myself through the anger. I'm going to love myself through whatever experience is going on, and trust that it is exactly the experience I need to have so that I can get whatever is out there that I'm supposed to discover or learn. Yes. I know. I do this whole like little, oh, that's really cool. All I have to do is love myself. All I have to do is love myself. Not always easy, but it is pretty simple. Just love myself more, love myself more, love myself more. And that includes all of the stuff that we believe should be the case, right? All of those things that were like, this is not what I signed up for. I was supposed to be married with 2.5 kids and a dog, and I'm not any of those things. There's something wrong here. There is a problem. Excuse me, God, are you listening to me? I need you to listen to me because this is what I know was supposed to be the case. Anybody else have that? Yeah. When we want to dictate to God, we want to be like, yo, God, this is how it's supposed to be. God's like, that's not your agreement. If it hasn't happened, it's because it's not your agreement. And that's okay. Trust and go back to love yourself more. Love yourself more. Love, 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 love. So, we've gotten a gift of coherence. Here comes a gift of devotion. Devotion is also in the rose pink quartz spectrum. There's also a lot of remembrance of our truth in these gifts, and they're very crystalline. So they're very crystalline, like crystalline hearts, and they're inside of boxes, cubes. Cubes are the geometric of union, and they're going in our sternums. So crystalline hearts in cubes of union going in your sternum. Excuse me. Let's see. Okay. Anybody else other than Annalie have that pissed off at God or annoyed at God or somehow thinking that God isn't listening? So page 206, receiving the good that you want. To be in a state of acceptance from the upper room is to receive your good. And a claim that is made in the upper room, I receive my good, I know myself as worthy of my good, can claim you in many ways beyond the small self's agenda for what you would receive. Some of you say to us, am I allowed to know myself as loved? In fact, that is your birthright. You were born fully loved, completely, totally, spectacularly loved, beyond anything you can imagine. And then you started having these experiences on planet Earth that you were like, I don't know. I don't think so. But being loved is your birthright. You are already loved. And to allow love to know you, to agree to be loved in the knowing of love, is the gift you're receiving now. Knowing of love. Activate, illuminate. Activate, illuminate. Activate, illuminate. When you ask for love, sometimes you predispose a position. Am I going to get it or not? You're setting yourself up in most ways for disappointment. The belief that it will not be, or you cannot be allowed it, or you cannot be in receipt. Where is that in me? I have a lot of that right here in my third eye. You can take a look for yourself where you set yourself up for disappointment, where you believe that it can't be, that you're not allowed to be loved, any of that right here. I love this teaching. Am I going to get it or not? Am I going to find what I want or not? Like when you're like saying, God, okay, are you going to give me love or not? What the deal? What is the deal here? Right? what is the deal here? What you're actually doing is setting yourself up to believe that you're never going to get it. You're busy doubting. You're putting doubt out, and then you're following it up with like, well, it might be nice. Like, maybe it'll happen, right? When you say maybe it will happen, that's that doubt showing up. So we're giving everybody healing on those places. And this isn't just about love, although we are certainly talking about love, and we are prepping our sternums for a fountain of love. But we might want to look at those places where we're like, oh, it's not going to happen for me. And inside you're going, oh, but it would be really nice if it did. But it's not going to happen. And the field is going, yes, no, yes, no. I'm so confused. Cleaning out frontal lobe, cleaning out the third eye. A little bit of hoo-cha there. Okay. Stars coming in. And these are stars that are like, they're very twinkly stars. And if you tune in to listen, you might hear the like tinkling ding, 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 of the stars as they come in. And they are all different colors. Lots of different frequencies, and they're coming in for all of us. I gotcha. A healing on the fear of finances and creating what you want. Absolutely. Yeah, Joanna, I gotcha. I gotcha. I'm not, we'll certainly give you a healing on the fear of lack, but also the fear of abundance. Anybody else want a healing on that? Like, we're afraid of not having money, but as I look across the container, there's lots of fear of actually having money. That having money is a burden. And we're going to heal those places where we have these ideas. I see a lot of past life pictures, a lot of frames, and control energies that are like, having money is not a good thing. There's a whole nother level of that. Wow, it's so interesting. So let's get a healing on that. Bring in some more abundance. Abundance is green. It's kind of like the color of our money. Abundance. So let's bring in some more abundance, but let's bring in some more awakening frequency and some more inspiration and illumination frequencies. And what we're going to do is we're going to do a braid of all those frequencies together. And then we're going to give a braid to everybody. It's going to go, start in your third eye and kind of go down your face. Yeah, let's go ahead and install those. These are really cool. I sometimes get really entertained by the fact that I have these awarenesses now. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so cool. So, picture a braid that is done, and how I'm actually seeing it is like those candy canes. They're kind of like tall, thick candy canes, and it's like they've actually braided it, but it is braided, but it is like the braid is twisting and turning and sparkling and just doing all sorts of things all at once. And so it's really, it's not just a braid. It isn't like it's just sitting there, like here's my phone. It's something that is actually constant in motion, and it's just so very cool. So we're installing those, and everybody, it's going right in through your third eye, your frontal lobe, connecting into your pineal gland and coming down. So thanks, Joanna, for bringing that to the circle tonight. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I don't know if you all just saw that my light just went out. So, where is it in you that you have a light that is not staying lit? Where is it in you that you have a light that is not staying lit? And you don't have to put it in the chat. You could just, you're busy cooking dinner, you're busy doing stuff. Just trust how it shows up. Mine is in my sternum. And we're going to put some more healing right in there. Lots of different things going on there where you're not staying lit, where you think your light is going out. Is your light actually going out? Nope, not at all. It's always lit. It's always busy, loving and blessing. And somewhere in this day 16, they actually talk about that. They talk about the monad always being lit, always being connected to source. There has never been a time where you have not been connected. Are there times when you absolutely feel that? Yes. More times than not. You probably would say like, oh, I just don't think I'm connected at all. But you are always connected. So we're going to work on those places where we don't think our light is staying lit, when in fact it is. It's very lit. Okay. Can we, all of us, have one of those flames, please? I've been sitting there watching this. Yes. Okay. And if you would like to ask, where is your flame going? You can put your flame wherever you want. I'm going to put a flame in my throat, a flame in my third eye, and a flame in my brainstem. Yes. Page 208. I love when Paul asks questions, because it's just another level where you feel like Melchizedek is like, yes, what do you want to know? What do you want to know? So he is asking what it means to be in love. The bottom of page 207, they're talking about, as the fountain of love, the overflowing fountain, you are in reception and you are benefiting others simultaneously. It takes no effort. You don't try to do this. You move to recognition of your worth. I know who and what I am. You align in the upper room, and your expression there is your service. But when the monad begins to articulate as you, underline as, its manifestation is its purviews, not the small selves. And its purview is love. The monad, higher self, higher levels of expression. Your small self is busy. I'm not enough. I don't think God's paying attention to me. I'm not love. You don't understand. When I was a kid, this is what I did. Like all those things, right? Busy having all those conversations. But the monad is really clear who it is. Its purview is love, spectacular love, not lofty love, brilliant love that is immediate in its experience. So Paul asks, what does that mean? Well, to be in the immediate experience of love is to be as the wave that overtakes all things. It is to be in and of it simultaneously. And in recognition of the act of being participatory and an offering simultaneously. What does that mean? You are receiving and giving at the same time. Can you imagine that? You are busy receiving love and giving love all the time. You are constantly in the flow of love. Constantly, whether you know it or not, you are constantly in the flow of love. You get to choose whether you accept it or not. Most of the time, we're busy refuting it because literally what this, the choice will be yours to accept this in some ways, but you are so used to refuting love because it doesn't come in the package you think it should, that you deny the love that is actually present now and awaiting your agreement to it, coherence with it, alignment to and with. Each of you say yes at the level of tone you can hold, but we will tell you this now. Love does not deny you any good thing. Love does not bring pain. Heal that. Nor does love bring suffering. Heal that. Love releases fear and it brings the light that it is to all of its manifestations, all the places where you think love equals pain, love equals fear, love is something to be worried about, something that there isn't enough of. Let's heal more of that. You are the fountain of love. Let's also get rid of those ideas that we have that love has to have borders. It has to have structure. Move more of those ideas for everybody. If any of these resonate with you, if you're like, yes, I get that. Yes, that is me. Feel free to put it in the chat. If you don't want to chat to everybody, you can certainly chat just to me. We already know what you put in darkness calls you to the darkness. Do we remember what you bless calls you to bless even more? When love is present, love is returned, and love goes out and love comes in more ways than you can imagine. Somewhere here I have that note that like all we really want to do to return the world to its natural state is love, love, love. Love more. Doesn't matter what is going on, what issue we're talking about in the world, what issue we're talking about in your particular life, love more and it will be resolved. I think it's so cool. I'm like, God, it's just so easy. We're busy trying to make all of this really complicated. Well, you need to give me this, and I need to have this situation, and this is how it has to be, and this is what it has to look like. And if we could just let all that go and say, I love myself, I love you, I love, things start transforming. So we're going to go ahead and put more love out into the world. This was a big, love was a big piece of this particular section. They're talking about all the sages that we've known in history and how they've known themselves in love and all those places where people have these ideas that they were martyrs. A martyr to love is not necessary. You don't need to sacrifice for love. We have more of those ideas wherever they show up. Yes. Okay, what's coming in? So I'm seeing these little, I hear the word peonies, little flowers coming in. And they're coming in and they're busy soaking into our skin, into our brains, into our bodies, muscles and bones, and just helping transform more of those ideas that we have, that we are not love. Anybody want to put into the chat what your biggest struggle is about love? Feel free. What's your biggest struggle about love? That it's hard. That love leaves and comes back but never stays. Okay? Like love isn't permanent. You can't trust love. Feeling worthy. Yep, that's a great one to get a healing on. Where love feels unsafe. Yep. Yep, those are great great places to heal. Let's give everybody healing on those places where love doesn't feel safe, that love comes and goes, but it doesn't actually stay. I'm looking for where it might not have even been here. Ah, there it is. So I was reading page 208. You are in love and of it at the same time. You're in love and of it at the same time. Page 208. Okay. Love doesn't deny you any good thing ever. Love is not pain. Love is not suffering. It releases fear. And here's how this showed up for me. So I just thought this was so interesting because I have a lot of my own things about love that if I love too much, that the person is going to leave. Right? And so how my higher self was showing it to me was that that's not true, but you love, and I'm busy loving, 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 loving. I love it, I love it, I love it. And the person that I'm loving has their own set of agreements and their own things that are going on. And they can't support that much love, and they go into fear, and they don't understand how to transform it, and they leave. And it's all them. That's all what they are working on, what their agreement is. But what shows up for me is, but they left. And then my higher self says, but you're still busy loving them, and they're still busy loving you. You just have an idea that they left because we have these control energies and these fears and anger and all of these low frequencies that are busy telling us some other story. And I was like, oh, wow. So then I'm busy watching TV that night. And what do I see? Story after story after story of that exact same thing, where somebody is just loving, loving, loving someone, and the other person has something that's going on with them. They have something that they're busy healing. And they leave, but the love is still there. Like, the love is still there. And that person who is still busy loving starts to get that, oh, the love is still there. The love hasn't left. The love is still there. So, healing's for all of us. Whew, it's getting really warm. So, we need to still do a little more cleanup on our sternums. Our sternums are those places where we have the love is constantly coming out, but we don't have an awareness because we have a lot of pain, fear, anger, unworthiness, shame, blame, unconsciousness, atheist energy, covering up a lot of that love. Control energy is busy telling us it's not safe to love, don't love, it's not safe. If you love, the person you love is going to ... fill in the blank with whatever word you want. And the reminder for all of us that our first love is the love we have with ourselves. When we have forgiven ourselves, when we have loved ourselves completely, suddenly it's like, oh, I have everything I need right here, and I know how much love there is. Christ consciousness coming in, that's that forgiveness frequency. Do, do, do. Do, 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 do. I am love, I am love, I am love. Okay. If you'd like, feel free to put your hand out. You're getting a playing card. A playing card, like the 52 card deck. just a regular card. And I see the Queen of Hearts. And I see the Queen of Hearts going into my hand, and I'm like, okay, but the Queen of Hearts is the really mean queen in Alice in Wonderland. And I just heard this kind of really big, like really, that's where you're going to go with it? So if you have an awareness of what your card is, you can take a look at it. Putting it in my brainstem. There's a lot of queens. Kings. Queen of Spades, and I thought it was mean too, because I saw a slice through. A slice through it. Yeah, so when I look at that Queen of Spades, I see it as a card of growth and a card of opportunity, and I see that as a very positive thing, a card of growth and opportunity. And when I look at it further, I'm like, so when I said like literally card of growth and opportunity just kind of came out of my mouth, and I was like, okay, I'm busy trying to make it make sense in my head, and I'm like, oh, spades, like a spade that you use to dig in the dirt. So then I was looking into like the dirt, and I see the little like growth. It's a little green stalk, like ready to come up. Trust how it shows up. And for all of you, I mean, this is the case for all of us, right? Like when you have an awareness of a gift and it makes no sense, or you're like, what does that mean? Like, why would I get that? You know, you get a card that you feel like has something to do with death. Keep asking questions, because now I understand that there's like, yeah, it could be something about death, but it's the death of the old, the death of something that no longer works for me. And I keep asking questions instead of, going into fear and allowing that to just be like, oh my God, what is that? That's awful. Keep asking questions. And the more questions you ask, the more you are opening up your channels, you're continuing that dialogue. So if you got a card that you're not sure, feel free to put it in the chat. Happy to take a look at it for you. It's also easier sometimes when somebody else looks at it, because I'm not triggered in the same way that you would be triggered, right? I often will send a message to somebody and be like, yo, I just got this message. Can you like take a look at it? And they look, and it makes perfect sense, whatever they come up with. So trust how it shows up. Okay. So while we're still cleaning out those sternums, I'm going to tell you two things. One is that tomorrow night I am doing a special event, and it is called Creating and Manifesting 2025. Now, some of these things are going to be showing up because the mastery class this year is 4 classes long, and they finished level 1. Yay! We're all excited about them finishing level 1. How awesome is that? And there was I got the information that we were doing a special event as a bonus to the mastery class and open to other people if they want to participate. So it is $25 to participate. There is a link on my link tree on my Instagram. I've sent out emails. If you need the link, let me know, because I would love to have you participate. But what we're going to be doing is we're going to actually be talking about creating and manifesting, and picking something that you are creating and manifesting, what's on your list, and we're going to bring it into the world and talk about it, move whatever the blocks are that you have about it, work on your particular thing that you want to manifest, and the healings that are involved in it. We're going to bless it and add more frequencies to it. It's going to be really cool. I'm really excited about it. It's going to be really fun. Creating and manifesting is something that has been showing up in a lot of different places. Care has been doing lots with creating with courage and lots of different ways that creation has come up. So I'm excited about that. If you're interested, tomorrow night, 7 o'clock, we're going to be doing that, and I'm happy to send you the link. And then in 2 weeks, we're going to be back here for another healing circle, and that's October 27th, and we're going to be doing this long ass day in the book, day 17. I think it's like 30 pages, and when I was looking at it, it like all boils down to like 4 sentences. So definitely put it on your calendar if you're interested in creating and manifesting for tomorrow night. But then in 2 weeks, October 27th, we're going to be doing day 17. I'm going to get it down to 4 sentences. We'll see how I do. Anyway, so I've been cleaning your sternums. Not like I haven't been doing anything. Got my team working on everybody's sternums. I see a little bit of stuff in the throats. Clean that up too while we're at it. Clean up those places where we're busy talking like we're not love. It's okay. We all do it. We all do it. So you can take a look at what your fountain looks like. To me, they all have a base of like a crystalline bowl. It's a lousy word for it, but they are all different colors, the crystalline bowls. And actually, as I'm talking, they change colors, so you can take a look at what your crystalline bowl looks like. You may have an awareness of it being like really silver or really gold or more somewhat lemony, whatever that is. Lemony, maybe that's more yellow. When words pop out of your mouth, you just trust them. Some of them are more in the purples, in the blues, in the greens. You might have any of those and all of those. And then it is a fountain of love that is coming up, and it's just like it just comes up and sprays is such a lousy word. Sprays all over, and it's just literally coming up and just covering you. And it's just a continuous thing. You don't need to replace the batteries. You don't need to plug it in. It is a gift forever, and it just keeps shooting different frequencies of love, rapture, coherence, devotion. And then there are other frequencies, the golds that are coming up. And I wish I had some idea of just how many fountains that I have been gifted with over the years, and it just keeps coming up and just over and over again. And some of them are very sparkly, like if they were glitter, that are being shot up, and others of them are very, what is the word for that? Like very stately. Very stately. And as they come up and they're just gifting your whole body, and your whole body is just doing a level of like, it's so lovely. And it's just going to continue. A reminder that it is just going to keep continuing to gift you. And you have always been the fountain. You've always been the love. We just keep forgetting regularly. Like, give yourself a break for the times where you forget that you are the love. I had a moment, was that yesterday? After a while, I had this 15 minutes of like, screw it all, I'm done, I'm tired of this, nothing is working, everything is hard, I don't even know why I'm doing this. We could just move to, wherever we want, go off the grid. Like I was just having, an awesome temper tantrum. It was amazing. And I was just like, I'm done, that's it, I don't care, it's whatever. No one will even notice that I'm gone. And I had it all figured out. And then I got up from my computer and I went in the bedroom, got some clothes on, like I'm going to go out for a walk because obviously I'm in need of some assistance here. So I'm going to go out for a walk and I'm going to go listen to Paul Selig. And as I was coming out of the bedroom, I was like, oh, what was that? And I had this like pop energetically in my head. It was like a pop. And I was like, oh my God, that was some really gnarly stuff. And it was like all of a sudden that pop was an awareness of like, oh, I was in it. I was in all kinds of funk. And the pop was like a big explosion of like truth and awareness and just, oh my God, this is amazing. And I could feel the frequency of courage, just little pieces of it starting to move through my body. And I was like, wow, this is really trippy. And here I was like all ticked off and annoyed and frustrated and angry, literally ready to just give it all up. It happens to all of us. When it happens to you, you might need to send me a text. Send me a text. It's okay. It is absolutely perfect. I'm happy to help you with it. It is not your truth. It is just the next thing moving, just like it was doing with me. It was me seeing where I was just at my wit's end. You can be at your wit's end and still keep going. Still know that you are loved. Still know that you are getting everything you need, even in the moments where you don't feel like it. So, in. Okay. All in. Everybody's got their fountain of love. It is fabulous. I hope you enjoy it. So appreciative of you joining me tonight so we could get lots and lots of gifts. Hope you will consider joining me tomorrow night because there's going to be lots and lots of gifts then as well. All good? Yeah, all good. Fabulous. All right. And seal the field unto the light. That one true source creator, God, the one who is all the magic, all the joy, all the love, always loving us, never stop loving us, always there, loving and supporting you. I thank my healing team. I thank all the support teams. And most definitely, I thank each and every one of you that, say, I trust you. I am here for the healing. I am here for the love. I am here for the rise in frequency. And I love and bless each and every one of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you for showing up. I will see you in 2 weeks on October 27th as we do day 17. And I am challenged to summarize it all up into 4 sentences. We'll see how I do. Lots of love and blessings to you. With that, I say amen and aho. Have a fabulous Monday. Let me know if there's anything I can do to help you. Love you guys.